Alright, number 3, we have a term or an expression that we're going to have to factor. So when we first find the vertical asymptote, again we take the denominator and we set it equal to 0. So that is x squared minus 36. And you can either move the 36 over and take the square root and remember positive and negative. However, I like it better if you just factor it. So we're going to write x plus 6 and x minus 6. So hopefully you catch that this is a difference of squares, and then you get these two, and then setting each of these equal to 0 separately, we get x equals negative 6 and we get x equals positive 6. So this time we have two vertical asymptotes, x equal negative and positive 6. Alright, and you just separate each of those with a comma. Alright, so now we are going to do the horizontal asymptote, and if you look at the degree of the top, it is 2x squared, or it's the x squared, and I'm just writing the 2 down. The bottom has an x squared also. Okay, so both of these are the same, so we take the ratio of the terms in front. So you got to understood to be a 1, so we get y equals 2 divided by 1, which we just reduced that to be 2. So we get y equals 2 for our horizontal asymptote. Okay, so now for part 3, we want to do ordered pairs. So this could be a bit messy. So I'll give you a couple of ways. If you want to do it by hand, I would suggest doing synthetic division. So whatever number you pick, let's say I want to pick the number 1. Okay. I'm going to do synthetic division with each of these, and I'll try to keep it compact so I can get it all on the screen. So I'm going to do 1. I'm going to do the top and then the bottom, and I'll just divide those two numbers. And it won't take long. It's the same as plugging it in, but I think it goes a little bit faster. 2, 10, and negative 2. So this is going to be the first one. Drop the 2 down. 1 times 2 is 2. Add, we get 12. 1 times 12 is 12. Subtract, we get 10. Okay, so we get a 10 for our numerator, and then on the bottom we have x squared, which is a 1. We're missing the middle term, so we have to put that 0 as a placeholder, and then negative 36. Alright, so drop the 1. 1 times 1 is 1. Add, we get 1. 1 times 1 again is 1. And then here we get a negative 35. Okay, so what we get when x is 1, we get 10 and negative 35. So 10 divided by negative 35, that will reduce to divide both by 5, and we'll get 2 over 7. So we'll get negative 2 over 7. Okay, so this is one way, and you'll need to do this for 4 numbers because we need 4 ordered pairs. Another way that you might do it, let me pull up my calculator. Okay, so if we use the calculator, I'm going to show you that we're going to get the same numbers, 10 and 35, and we'll just reduce those by hand or with the calculator. So this is a TI-83. If you have a TI-84, it would be better. I'm going to show you that way last, and that's the way I'm going to pull all my numbers from, because it's going to be the quickest, but at least you'll be able to go back and see how we do these. But we're going to go to y equal, and in y1 I'm going to insert the top equation. So 2x squared plus 10x minus 2. Alright, then I'm going to arrow down. I'm going to go to y2 and I'm going to put in this second equation. So that is x squared and then minus 36. Alright, so when you get them in, you're going to hit second and then graph to see the table. So I'm going to show you a list. So the number that I chose was 1. Okay, so if you go down to where x is 1, the first equation you see 10, the second one 35. It gives you the numbers, and you just write them over each other, and you have to put it in reduced form. Otherwise, I think it will count it incorrect. So everything needs to be reduced. So you can just pick any order pairs that you want. So 2, you would do 26 over negative 32 and reduce that. You could not use 6 because we can't divide by 0. That would give you an error. Which we know from the vertical asymptote part, negative 6 and positive 6, that's just confirming that. So negative 6, you should see the same thing. Yeah. Okay, so we can pick any one of these, okay, and divide them. However, if you have, let me move this over so I can see. If you have TI-84, this is better. This is my cousin's calculator, so don't judge me because it's pink. Okay, go to y equal. I'm going to clear out what I have. Now this one has an operating system, so I can type it in the same way it appears. So if I hit alpha, y equal, and then enter, it makes this fraction bar for me. Oh, it's kind of hard to see. And I'm going to type in that equation, 2x squared plus 10x minus 2. Arrow down. I'm going to do x squared minus 36. And I'm going to hit second graph to see the table. Now, because I entered it in that fraction format, it's already giving me those reduced fractions. So again, with the number 1, it already gives me the negative 2 over 7. Kind of hard to see, but it's there. Okay, so I'm going to use this calculator because it just gives them to me that fast. You want to be able to do it by hand, but it is tedious work. So just to speed things up, we're going to use the technology because that's what it's there for. Alright, so I'm going to pick points off this calculator. And then 2 is kind of hard to see. It's going to be negative 13 and 16. 2 negative 13 over 16, and then I'm going to do 3 and negative 46 over 27, and then I'm going to do 4 from this calculator, and that is negative 7 over 2. Okay, so you have to pick your method of madness. Okay, if you have an 84, better. If you have an 83, you just have to do a little reducing, or you can do it by hand just to practice those skills.